Join the more than 7 million adults, like Chef Franklin, who've taken Ozempic.
Copy that. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. All right, we finally, yeah, 1 1. Finally made it back to the drawing board. And you're gonna hear me talk about this a lot. Doing lots of art in the meantime. Just haven't been streaming it. I was even working on this literally last night. Just to kind of like chill art, just something to decompress with a little bit and chill a little bit after work and all that stuff. So I've been doing plenty of art, just haven't been broadcasting it. Yeah, what up, Crixus? What up, fool? What's happening on a Tuesday? What is happening on a Tacos y Tortas Tuesday? Feliz Martes. Feliz Martes. It's just another Tuesday, but we're making it Turtle Soup Tuesday. Turtle Soup. Let's put this right here. Hey-oh. So we were working on... this one. Let's just briefly go over some of the things that we've been working on real quick before we start digging in. We're gonna dig into some new turtle action today. We're gonna start from scratch and we're just gonna keep on going based off of that. I'm thinking something inky. Recap. So this is the recap. Oh geez, so I was working on this. And I don't know if you can tell. I will try and capture it in the best way that I can, but you see there's like kind of reflective parts right there, like right here and right here. So all those reflective parts is my chrome marker. It's kind of used a little bit more for like plastic models and stuff like that. I was able to get this really nice marker on a good deal, and so I was using that marker with this. And it looks really good. It looks a lot better. What's up, Retro? Retro, we got to talk about your trip. I know that that's coming, but I was looking at the photos and it looked like lots of fun. Which aren't you? I thought you were gonna get ready to stream here soon. I thought, but yeah. I'm just kind of going over a little bit of recap. I know I just started stream, but just going over a little recap for now. Oh shoot! Really? I didn't get the notification. That's weird. That is so weird. Sorry, Retro. I was just freaking getting ready for stream over here on my end. I saw that in the Discord, but I didn't get your going live notification. That's really weird. Like sometimes I'll get some people's notification they're going live, and sometimes I won't get others. But in either case, I'll probably end up watching the VOD, but I was just getting ready, you know, to do my stream over here. I knew I had to stream today. Sorry, Retro. Let's throw in one of these. You have the VOD up, don't you? You have a VOD. I hope you have a VOD. But anyway. Okay, so with this one. Oh, darn. Dang it, I missed it. Ugh. Yeah, post it on the YouTube. Post it on the YouTube. Copyright, yeah. Yeah, you got it, Retro. So with this one, chrome marker, there was a pirate up here. There was a Luffy. There's a Luffy up here. So I had to erase him. The only thing I I think I want to do it. It's basically done. Like, I don't want to do a full color version. Like, I'm fine with the black and white. The only thing that I want to do is I'm going to make a mushroom cloud back here. And I'm going to use some airbrush to get like kind of an orangey red in the mushroom cloud. And then I'm going to use some spongy ink to kind of texture the cloud. So that's what's happening with this one. I'm not done with it yet. The Terminator's done, but just like this one extra part, I think is really going to send it. So I was working on that. I was working on this. No, wait, not that one. Hold on. This one. This is Magic. I just call it Magic Monday because I started on a Monday. So with this one, basically all I was doing was touching up Doctor Strange. This little part right down here, his neck, his cape. I need to do his hands. They need to get textured out. This part down here needs a little bit of work. And basically, I'm not gonna overthink this one. I think I might go over some of the lines over here on the girl. But this one's, I don't think this one's gonna get colored really. I mean, look at all the texturing on the hat. You know, you can see all of the like dry brush texturing I was doing on his hat, and I want that to stay there. I think if I put colors in there, they're just gonna muddle the whole thing. So I want to keep this the way it looks, basically with just the black and white. I really don't have an interest with getting this one colored. And it would look very, very colorful if I did decide to color it. So anyway, I was working on this one. And we were working on this one. This is the one that I'm not going to post on the Discord. I should post it, but I'm not going to, just because this is a little bit more of a personal project. But I spent a good while, you know, working on this one. I mean, look at how fine I got with my line work here. I got pretty fine, pretty detailed with some of these lines I was doing on this guy. And he's shaking hands. He's doing thumbs up. Let's get in on that face. You know, this is kind of some crispy line work. I'm doing a little bit of crispy line work with this one. And see, I don't know if you can tell, but I actually used a toner. I was doing the line work, and then I had just a very, very light warm gray markers going over some of these parts. Going over some of these parts with the face, going over some of these parts with the hair. I did it on this guy too. And it ended up not looking too bad. But it's a lot better when you can actually zoom in and see what I was doing. Cheers. So we were working on this one, and then of course we also have, what's it for? Probably just Tuesday. No, it was just it was just kind of a busy day over at work today, so just kind of relaxing. And I get to hang out with my peeps, do a little bit of art, so that puts me in a pretty good mood, I think. Wow, these look way different when they're like way up here. Dang. And then of course we have this one too that I've been working on, but I think everyone already knows this. The Super Voximus Robo, who's still up there in the corner that we were working on. So with this one, there is a reference for the sword he's holding. I had to actually go and get the reference for this sword. And other than that, we're going to get him ready. I'm going to let you, Crixus and Retro, just so you know what's happening. So Friday is going to be fan art day. Friday is community night. So I'm going to get this guy line work done with pencils by Friday so that we can ink him on Friday. We're going to get inked up on Friday. So that's the goal with this one. And there's also one other art project that I kind of did, but it doesn't really need to be like talked about here on stream. I don't think it's really just kind of like a just kind of like playing around, experimenting. Basil, what's up, Basil? I just got done going over my recap. Going over like the what 1 2 3 1 2 3 like 3 or 4 different like art things that I've been juggling around since I streamed last. And the last time I did stream was, I believe it was Saturday. The judge of that? What Crixus? I'm ready to do it too. It's just like this. Like I don't have it like here on the desk, but this robot was tricky. Like this robot was just tricky, and it's just because he had to be done in a more spider style rather than a more Voximus style up there. So it obviously I had to do a little bit of my own design work with him. And that's part of the reason why this one took so long. But with Sarah, I think I have a little bit more of a direction with her. So I don't think that one's going to take me quite as long. No, Retro, you're good. You're good. I interpret that like you're enthusiastic and you're ready. And I like the enthusiasm. Don't be afraid. Oh, well, I don't know. It was definitely not something that I've ever done on stream. It was more of a paint type of thing. Some streaming. Got some. Basil, I don't know. It just seems like between work and hanging out with the bros, and then working on your comic stuff, it's like you always got something going on. It seems like you are always occupied and busy. Let me see. How can I tell you what that other art project is? It was just some I'll kind of. I can't really show you because I don't have it with me, but. Let's maybe take the robot down and put the slideshow back up. My ancient slideshow that needs to be updated. Okay, and let's get me out of here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. The art project, the other art project that didn't get named. It had something to do with this stuff. Which I know I already posted in the Discord, but any details you can tell us about what your big project is, Basil? Any details? I know you're working on Gaia Ypres still. Retro, I think you told me that. I think you told me the Sarah Logan, the Jonas, and there was one more that was your newest one. Yeah, you told me that. That sounds exciting. Zers, yeah, that's what it was. Now I remember. Yeah. Oh, nice. It sounded like it was a little bit, still kind of like in its like protogenic stage or something. When we were talking about it earlier. Yeah, good to know. Working on the OC stuff. I love the OC stuff. smooth it out. Nice, nice. Yeah, I think when you talked to me about it, it was still kind of like very conceptual. It sounded like things were still kind of conceptual. Yeah, so we're gonna get the Voximus Robo pencil graphite done. We're gonna get all of the plates and gonna block out some of the parts that's gonna get the ink treatment. I'll do that off stream so that by the time Friday rolls around, we'll be ready to really apply some black to this thing. So that's gonna be fun. Okay, anyway. Hold on. Ooh, a background. Those are really, really nice if you know how to pull them off, but they're kind of boring, you know? I like doing them, but they're just a little bit boring. No reason for this. Okay, nice, nice. I think it had something to do with the mad scientist doctor, I remember. All right. So anyway. Did you post a picture of that? I don't know. Did you post a picture of that one? I'm not sure. You put a bunch of pictures in the Discord and I tried to look at them all. Okay, anyway. Enough, probably a whole lot of yapping, not a whole lot of happening on the drawing board. So let's get a little bit of action going on the drawing board. Jeffrey Edwards. You might have to remind me of Jeffrey Edwards. He did the oh yeah. I remember that now. Yeah. It was just a head, but it still looked good. Now it's a one-of-a-kind thing. I love it. It's nice that he was so chill. Honestly, I've been to cons before and I meet these artists and some of them are just like, they're just there to sign your book or, you know, just like to say, hey, hello, and then get you on your way. And then other times they can't shut up and it's really fun talking to them. It really depends on who it is and like what kind of day it is. Nice, nice. That's always nice to hear. It sucks dealing with like some artists that you've admired for so long and you meet them and they're just a shut-in and you don't want to talk. They just say, yeah, I really like your work. It's like, oh yeah, thank you. You know, just very dry and like one note. It sucks. I don't like it. Okay, anyway. Let's get a little reference going real quick. I do want a reference for this. Yeah, I've had those before. It's weird that you go there and a lot of these guys have like basically a handler and then you go through all the business transaction with them and then you actually get to meet them and say hey, hello and what's up and that kind of stuff. It's kind of odd, you know? It's kind of odd. Okay. That's kind of part of the reason I like going to smaller shows is that those people aren't there where you meet a comic guy and they got a businessman or a business lady handling all the stuff. Then you go to the smaller shows and it's just them. It's just the artist. It's just the writer. Then you can actually get a one-on-one, you know, without paying $200 for a one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll leave the robot on the drawing board and we'll just put the paper out on top of him. Okay. I'm excited to see how inky we can make this look. Inky. All right. Here is this. I don't even know if I'm going to touch this thing again. I don't know if this one's even going to get finished. Like, just because I think its time has passed. Anyway, it's just kind of languishing in the sketch pad now. Drawing pad. Languishing forever in the drawing pad. All right, so can we do it? Can we conquer the art? Can we do a turtle from beginning to end? Okay. I know I don't want to do Raph and I don't want to do Leo. I'm actually thinking, I'm leaning towards Mikey, so I'm thinking gonna do Mikey. Let's go out. Okay. Okay. Don't do don't do Night Watcher. Yeah, probably not that one. Actually, is it Night Watcher or like Night Sentinel or something? I think it is a Night Watcher. No, I think I know exactly the book you're talking about, Retro. I think I know exactly the book. I want to wash my hands clean of that entire thing. No, I don't own it, and I'll keep it that way. See what kind of turtle composition we can come up with. Ooh, you know what could be fun? Mid-swing nunchuck, like the nunchuck is still spinning. That could be fun to draw. Maybe like this. And I don't want him to look goofy necessarily, like the fun-loving turtle, you know? There's so many pictures of Mikey where he's always like, I don't know, less serious than the other turtles. Yeah, we can do something like this, kind of like what the Vox Robo is doing. Kind of something like this. Let's get these off real quick. Oh, you can see me. All right, I can see it now. Perfect. No, no one hit that. Hold on. Dang, we're still getting Terminators up in here after all this time. Can you see it yet? Can you see the turtle? He's right there. That's part of the drawing part, is highly esoteric unless you're me. I'm not trying to make it hard for everyone to understand, but there's a turtle right there. Let's get the composition down. What is it, like this? Like that? Probably like this. Oh, you finished the whole thing? Dang. Nice. Hella into Invincible. I know you are, Basil. Kind of like, I'm thinking like this. In which case we'll have to rotate the arm, do one of these. Let's move this over here. Of all time, damn. Damn, that's high praise, but I would be lying if I said I've never heard that been applied to Invincible. I have heard people say that it is the greatest. I have heard people say that. I think my very first... Where is it? I will just use this one for now. I mean, I remember a long time ago I saw like one of those really fatty compendiums, those Invincible like omnibuses, and it was only like 30 bucks or something. Like I think it was like a clearance sale or something, and someone was selling those for really cheap. I wasn't able to get them, someone else got them. If you can still find them for cheap out there is all I'm saying. You got to go to the right place, you know? But I guess that was before the TV show. Now that the TV show's here, it's like no one's going to be selling their Invincible stuff for cheap now. Where's my... Oh, right here. Yeah, exactly. Driving up the prices. There we go. Companion 2 is like, oof, 80 bucks for Companion 2. Whoa. It's probably going to be more time consuming and expensive, probably getting the floppies. Like, oh wait, we got to do one of these. Okay, hold on. We're getting this arm rotation right. Okay, it's going to be like this. We'll just have like a big one of those big swinging circles for the nunchuck like that. Being a collector. I mean, like there are things that I love to collect, and there are things that I just want to read. You know, I don't have the means or the resources or the time to spend chasing down every issue of whatever. So then I'll just buy the trade for that. They're so very stout. That's okay. Okay, I think this is the one we want to be using. Dang, I could not sit down for that long and read that much comic book. Like, if for me, when I read stuff like that, I usually like to read it an issue or two, and then I'll just sit and digest it. Because I really like to sit down and critically think about what I just saw, what I just read. I like to analyze how the art looked, how the story looked. Points, yeah. I know, but you have to be patient because they only come out once a month. It's just that good. No, when you can actually encounter a comic that demands to be read and you can't put it down, that's kind of a rare thing. It's nice. I'm not speaking out against it. And in fact, I don't even think I have a comic that really like made me do that. Because I for the longest time collected the singles, you know, so much. I still collect singles. It does kind of look like Mikey. This right over here is going to be like Thor, you know, like old school Thor. He has the hammer, and when he swings it around, it's just like it's like a motion blur of a circle. So that's what I want this to look like, is that kind of helicopter nunchuck like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Okay, and you know what I'm thinking? Probably we're going to put an X over here. That means it's going to get inked right up there. We're going to put one right here, and we're going to frame them a little bit with silhouette. Make sure the shape is right. Shape language is so important with these turtle guys. Shape language, very important with turtles. I don't know. Should I have him holding a piece of pizza? Maybe a little bit dark. Let's up the exposure just a little bit, huh? There we go. I can actually see him. Maybe the back of my head, too. getting into collecting all the floppies. Yeah, it's definitely like there are some, and I've said this before to other people that like to collect like whole runs, is there are some comics out there that are just like a lot of fun to go out and collect entire runs of. But then there's also like the really insane impossible ones like ASM. Like bro, like you're gonna try and collect every single ASM. Come on, man. That's more than just collecting fun. That's like a commitment. So all I'm saying is like pick your battles. Like if you're gonna go all in and start collecting like a full run of anything, like make sure it's like a good one that you can still actually find comics for and not break the bank, you know? I don't know. I almost think like actually we could have the pizza down here, huh? He's like standing over the pizza. And then like he can hold like, oh, okay, I got it. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this. And then the nunchuck is gonna be over here like this. Like that, I'm thinking. Classic V shape. It looks very messy, but I think I got it. The general composition. Let's make sure the music keeps playing. Let's throw up a little bit of... What is it giving me? Future funk, Daft Punk, Italian funk, lots of funk. Let's maybe go to something a little bit punchier, something a little bit more Hawaiian punch in there. This one, maybe. Amazing Fantasy? Amazing Fantasy? Not ASM, you mean Amazing Fantasy? You're not collecting every ASM. No one can do that. That's a very elite thing to collect. Funny shoes. Those are good ones, Basil. Are those Buscema? Are those John Buscema, Roy Thomas Conans, or are they later Conans? Oh, I know 14, yeah. Actually, isn't it Amazing Fantasy 15, if I know my lore? Yeah. You own 7 of them. Good job. Ah, see, I got you. Yeah. Okay, all right. Even so, reprints are fun to have. They're fun to have. I think he's gonna be looking kind of like this. We're gonna go a little bit hunch style with the shoulders. Bring this in like that. Oh, hold on, I need to sharpen this just a little bit. Oh, it's Buscema. Very, very good. How about me? Do I have any My issues of Conan are so sporadic and just like they're so random. Like I just get the ones that I like, basically. I actually have quite a few Conan books, and I have read 1.5 of them. I have read 1.5 Conan books. Oh, there we go. See, Spider is he's saying, comic books? Aren't those just like picture books but for adults? I need an actual piece of literature. Something with prose. Something with elegance. Bring this in like that. It's kind of funny that we're talking about Conan. I had to look at a lot of Conan art to get that robot we were looking at earlier. I had to look at a lot of Conan art to figure out what a good kind of pose would be without directly lifting from it. And there was lots of Buscema in there, lots of Buscema. Okay, this one's gonna be in like that, and this one's gonna be in tight. So it's just a turtle shell. Let's not overthink it. Let's make sure it's textured, and then we're gonna have one of these like that. Repetition is key. You want to get better at drawing turtles? Well, the only way that's gonna happen is if you keep drawing turtles. Very stout and round, kind of a fun shape. A fun-shaped guy to draw. But remember, he has belts down here, so let's keep a little bit of room in there for the belts. And the legs. Actually, I think we can move the leg down here a little bit. Give ourselves a little bit of breathing room. Let's go big on the knee pad. We don't have to be so shy about making the knee pad big. Okay, let's go chunky boy belt. Oh yeah, and there's like a little like emblem on there too. Let's do that.
The Quarter Pounder with Cheese had many great things. Maple flavored griddle cakes isn't one of them.
Oh my goodness, what a tasty piece of art. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Actually, it looks like a lot of artists don't even draw the little belt down here with the emblem on it, but I'm gonna do it just because I want to do it. Oh, my shadow's kind of getting in the way. Okay, that should be a little better. Yay, Spider started another giant project art piece thing. Let's see how long this one takes him. Okay. Oh, uh-oh. Hey, what up, Donuts? How you doing, Donuts? Are you working right now? Still working? Oh, okay, you're good. Donuts, drive safe. Yeah, I know, it's good. It's good to be on. Good to be on. Maybe like giant maniacal grin? Hey, Jamie Odell, what up, man? We're doing, I mean, can you see it? Can you see it? It's turtle powered right now. Thank you. Brings you in, Jamie. Yeah, Turtle Tuesday. On that subject, do we have a favorite turtle for anyone? Does anyone have a favorite turtle? I'm pretty sure I asked this last time I was drawing turtles. Jamie, you a fellow artist? You got art in your name? What are you doing? Digital art, traditional art? Somewhere in between? I'm a comic head. A comic book fool. So I'm cutting my teeth on all this turtle stuff. Comic book stuff. Video game stuff. That's Raphael. Nice. Nice. Michelangelo. Okay, I'm drawing your favorite then. Perfect. Perfect. The best tort. Yeah, Donuts is in here, Retro. I mean, see, I'm wearing purple. I gotta represent a little bit of Donatello action going on. Come on, man. Oh, Donatello's my favorite. Come on. Smart guy? Smart guy turtle? We're gonna get a little bit of that OG Eastman Laird look with like the kind of like big grin. Geez, it's weird doing the lips because not every artist renders the lip for these guys. I don't know, I want to try it. I want to at least try to see if I can do it. Busy working, darn. Hey, Retro, nice. Let me know how it goes, okay? Things be happening. Things be happening with that book, comic book action you're doing, so I love hearing about it. Let me know how it goes. I think they should have lips. I think the lip probably should be rendered. It's just not very popular to do on the turtles. On the turtles. See if we can get this head shape right. It's an interesting head. It's a kind of a gourd pumpkin type look. Clean this up a bit. Hold on, I'm confusing myself. Actually, it should be like this. Does he look like a turtle or does he look a little bit more like Barney? I think he'll look more turtle after we put the bandana on him. We're trying to avoid the purple dinosaur, okay? I mean, like a badass Barney would look kind of cool, but we not doing that kind of stuff today. We're not doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, it just might. It just might. So we're gonna get a little bit of detail action and to get the bandana in there. A little detail action for now. Actually, I think the head's a little bit big. Let's see if we can shorten it down over here. Let's try to keep the pencils a little bit true, a little bit clean before we add some inks in. But let's not drag our butt on this thing, huh? So like, let's say for instance, right over here. Probably one of these. Actually, let's go all the way up like that. Like that. Maybe we're trying maybe something like that. Let's go down here. Just getting a good turtle reference up for a second. Ooh, turtle statue. He's almost looking a little too stout here. And of course, it's always good to reference at least one Eastman layered turtle. Always good to do at least one of those. Very raw and messy and dirty and gritty. I love it. Perfect for these characters. They have such a great relationship with black and white art. Such a great relationship. We're not doing any Shredder fan art today. Nope. Wait, where did... Oh. Maybe not so muscle bound. Maybe we'll give him a little bit less muscles. Looking kind of big, but maybe a little too big. Kind of like that. All right. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. I'm here. Sorry for that. Let me take that down. Okay. One. Okay. All right, sorry about that. Let's try and actually get a little bit of work done. I know we can do it. Let's just apply ourselves just a little bit more. Okay. Okay, we're here. We're here. Yeah, the perspective on this nunchuck is it's not weird, it's just a little tricky. So for all of the art BBs out there, make sure you do your nunchucks right. Number one. Kind of like that. We're gonna exit that out like this. The unapplication? Donuts, what you talking about? Unapplication. Maybe if I sit over here, I can actually like face the artboard a little bit more. Donuts is like, I'm here for the furry art. Did someone say furry art? That's why I'm here. He is looking a little bit buff, isn't he? A little bit beefcake. Little bit beefcake turtle. Who was that? Was it? I don't know if it was like Mick Meow or Talachi that was calling us the Dilly Dally Army. Such a good name. I still kind of use that every now and then, the Dilly Dally Army. No, Donuts. Don't let the mind virus in. Please, no. He's kind of a thick. He's a little stout. No. I mean, it's bad enough that they made this an emote, right? Kind of looks like a furry, maybe a little bit. I think we gotta go bigger with this belt. I think it needs to be like all the way out here. Hey, Groovy, what up, fool? Everything, man. No, Donuts, no. Please, no. Hey, Groovy, what's up?
I'm seeing these things.
Still doing all the Spider-Man villains? You're on the rampage to do every Spider-Man villain. Can't sleep. Is it sleeping time for you? Oh, great. Give me 1 second, I just got pencil shavings on me. A Juggernaut, nice. Are you doing a Joe Jusko Juggernaut? Because I think I remember that card. I think I remember how it looks. Yeah, Juggernaut's the best. He's the best. How's that arm treating us? I think we can clean that up a little bit. Go in here like that. Yeah. Don't know if it's just yeah. Plenty of different style of Juggernaut art to choose from because he gets drawn so much. I think we actually can like kind of make his arm a little smaller. Make the shoulder a little smaller too.
Shit.
Maybe like that. We'll see how that treats us. Is it big enough or too big? I mean, the shoulder looks bigger from where you're at just because of the perspective. In which case, maybe it is a little too big. Here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, let's go like that. Ooh, that looks kind of weird on the camera. Yeah, this one's sticking out there too much. Something a little bit more subtle like that. Sometimes you really just need to close your eyes and get away from the art for just 2 seconds, come back. And I'm also sitting really close to the art. That might affect some of my decision making. I think they would be, but I just don't want to make them too beefy, like ridiculously round, because they're really round characters, which I think is actually kind of fun to draw. Not many comic book characters have this body type. In fact, I would say that there's probably maybe none but the turtles that really have this kind of body type. Rotund. Yeah, corpulent. Okay, because I'm getting anxious, let's apply a little bit of ink for now. Let's do a couple of different things. Full satisfaction. Oh, actually, let's use the big boy. Hold on. Full satisfaction. Let's go over here. Yeah, we can do this part real quick. All right, he's getting there. The black really helps it look a little bit more composed.
Oh, nice.
After Juggernaut, I feel like you asked me this before, and I think the last time I said this was a lady. Let's see, a lady. It should be pop culture related, anything. Okay, so not comic books. You never did the lady. You gotta do a lady. Gotta do a lady. Did you do the lady? It wasn't great. It was just, oh, okay. Let me see, a character from pop culture would be a good one. Rogue. If you posted it in the Discord, then I probably have seen it at one point or another. I just have trouble remembering. Let me see. I mean, the spider. Oh, did you? I just have trouble remembering it. Let me think of a good one. How about... No, that one would be too dumb. I might need a moment to think. I don't know. I almost said like maybe you could do Snow White because the movie just came out, but not that I'm gonna go see it. But she's an interesting character to draw, I think, because she's so colorful. I think she might be fun to draw. Evil Queen, I think, would be fun to draw too, but she's very different. Like if lots of dark colors, and if you're basically if you're gonna color it, do Snow White, but if you're not, do Evil Queen. And if you wanted to practice your texture work, you could draw the old hag version of the Evil Queen. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe something like that. No, I get it, Groovy. I'm not implying you should go watch it. Yeah. And you don't even have to like necessarily draw it like the original. You could add like a little bit of your own like style in there, of course. Yeah, they just keep coming out with like flop after flop. But you do have to remember that they do still own, was that Pixar or Disney Animation? I think it was Pixar that did Inside Out, and Inside Out 2 was the second highest grossing movie of last year. Inside Out 2 did really, really good. They needed that win. Oh, that sounds like Lorcana. Ooh. Bad ending princesses. That sounds cool. I know it's like DC. Like I think only just recently DC's actually been trying to put a little bit more effort into their comic division of things, but for the most part they're still eating like crap sandwiches. Like no one wants your busted ass DC Comics. I hate saying it because I love DC Comics in a lot of the ways I love more than Marvel Comics. But no one wants their comics anymore, and people are reading. They're reading Turtles. They're reading Transformers. They're reading GI Joe. They're not reading superhero comics really. Not a whole lot anyway. I'm kind of eager to see if the new Superman movie changes that, but we'll see. Only time will tell with that one. Stop the exposure. What CGI mistake are you talking about, Groovy? Is the music too quiet? You let me know, Donuts. I don't think I saw that, Groovy. I don't think I remember that. That sounds a little bit, little weird. Maybe Superman needs to get his eyes checked. That's not my favorite hatching. It's not still not my favorite hatching. It's a little quiet. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
When emergency strikes,
I turned up the music right when there's an ad. Okay. It's not. No, it's not. It's not. Although the new Superman movie seems like it might be, I don't want to call it safe. It's definitely risky. It's a little bit risky with tone, but I'm looking forward to it still. Pirates of the Caribbean. Going back in time a little bit with that one. After Endgame, they don't know what to do. Yeah, I think it's just something to. It's kind of like a Hail Mary. Just like throw what you can against the wall and see what sticks. Nothing's worked, so they're going back to their kind of their cash cow. I hate talking about it like that, but that's kind of how it is. Yeah, I think I need a little bit more Irish here. Yeah, but they already did Preacher and Watchmen, Groovy. Yeah, it's just that's what they're saying. It's a kind of a weird choice. It's a weird choice. Because they want to get a little bit of trust back from people right now, and it's really hard for them. Like a comic property that would be good, that isn't Marvel or DC, that could kind of reignite a little bit of interest in comics right now. What would that be? It's not Marvel or DC. I feel like there's a really obvious one I'm not thinking about. There's a couple that I'm thinking of, but I don't really want to give them like the movie deal, you know? Bring Unknown Comics, not from DC or Marvel, yeah. No, I get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's what you've been waiting for. Angel attack! Ready? Fire!
Maybe, like, I hate saying Black Hammer. Black Hammer from Jeff Lemire. Maybe that. I don't think I'd want to see a movie of Black Hammer, but it would probably do good. And then there's probably a number of Mark Millar works that would also probably interest a lot of people. I mean, they've both been done before, but Sin City was great. I loved Sin City. A Geiger movie. Donuts. There you go. There you go. People's interest in the wasteland is at an all-time high right now. So why not? I love the answer. Very messy turtle, but it looks alright. They don't know about how Japan works. Berserk would be awesome if I think they did it right. Like, Berserk kind of eats from that same tree that a lot of the Dark Souls and Elden Ring type of like dark fantasy is popularizing right now, or has been popularizing for the past number of years. So something like a Berserk movie I think would be very popular with the younger crowd. I think if you do it dark and just keep it dark fantasy, I think it would attract a lot of people. And at the same time, it could be maybe interesting. That would be kind of nice, huh? Remember when movies were interesting? I think my drawing is devolving more and more into sketch. Ink sketch. That's a little sad. Do like a little cleanup. Hunter Hunter. Hunter x Hunter. I don't know, like the big thing with Hunter x Hunter for me was just that the main characters are like 12. They're like little boys. And it's usually kind of hard to sell like an action fantasy adventure movie with like little boys in the main lead, I think. Usually they gotta be like maybe a little older, so I don't know if everyone's ready for that. Or maybe they are and I'm just completely wrong. Who knows? I did not watch the live action One Piece. They're too young and out of place. Oh, you liked it? Nice, nice, nice. I kind of wanted to watch it, but Netflix was unavailable to me when it was around, so I didn't get to. I like hearing that you enjoyed it, though. It kind of makes me want to draw some One Piece art, but it hasn't really happened yet. Every time I put the anime on, it just looks too weird. It just looks too weird for me to watch the anime. It looks a little bit better cleaned up. I think I heard the same thing. And it's like I'm glad he was on set and he was able to dictate whether or not that was good enough for him, because it's like none of you people here right now working on this production would be here without me, so maybe listen to me, the guy who made this thing, you know. I'm glad he was given that power. Because so often comic creators, mangaka and comic creators, they don't really get that kind of recognition, you know. But at this point, Japan is probably forcing him to do One Piece, you know? It's like, you can never stop. We need you to keep going for the country. Hey, nice retro. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Groovy, you're right. I think I heard Oda say that, what was it, like Luffy is supposed to be Brazilian or something like that. Not like canonically Brazilian, but he imagines that he would be something like Brazilian. If One Piece were real, he would be Brazilian. It was like supposed to be based off of a Brazilian too. This looks hella comic art right now. This just looks like comic book art right now. I don't really mean that in a bad way. I guess it just looks very like what it's supposed to look like. It's not very different, interesting to me in a different way. It's just kind of stock comic art. Thank you, Donuts. It looks okay. Some of the placement of it's a little confusing for me, but so the technical ability is there. Some of the placement's a little bit confusing, but it's okay. We're just doing it for fun. Thanks, Groovy. We're gonna keep going. Clean up the teeth. Brush his teeth a little bit.
Think your taxes are simple? You could file for free.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, I know what you're talking about, Groovy. Those posters look cool. It does look a little there's kind of like an impressionist vibe. It's not like true impressionism, but there's a little bit of like an impressionist styling with the way that you're coloring it. I think that's why you're saying that. I love the live action turtles. They were a little bit bizarre, but I loved it. I loved yeah. Yeah. Love the blob. Okay, let's just do this hand real quick and make sure we got our little tiny ruler over here. Actually, let's do the fingers first and then the ruler. Let's turn up the gas a little bit. Let's see if we can do... Try a little jungle. We'll listen to this for a little bit. You got auto modded. Gremlins, they ruin that. You think so? You like the original Gremlins that much? His hands look a little small, but it is supposed to be like kind of far away. So let's just make them a little bit bigger. It's unique, a remake would be pointless. And then Baby Yoda came along and stole like so much of that gremlin Mogwai energy, you know, some of that look. Kind of funny. Like as soon as the Mandalorian came out, everyone forgot about the Mogwais and Gizmo, which is a little sad, isn't it? Maybe they didn't forget about him, but you know what I mean. Small ruler. maybe you should, Groovy. You should draw Gizmo. That would be a fun one to do, Gizmo. He's like small and covered in fur, so you have to texture him differently. It would be a good learning experience to do Gizmo. Geez, maybe I'll draw Gizmo, just because talking about it makes me want to draw a Gizmo. You do both. Do both. Shouldn't take that long. All right, there's a nunchuck. Is it an empty paper towel tube, or is it a nunchuck? All that pizza really uses up all the Bounty paper towels. Okay, and he has like these wraps going over it like this. Like that. Go up here. Like that. I'm gonna texture it out a little bit. Just like very lightly color some of it in. Yeah. Maybe actually let's do a little bit of this kind of stuff. Let's go full. Do that. Yeah, it's better. They would ruin that one for sure. Big Trouble, absolutely. Or you know what? You know what they couldn't do is They Live. If you've ever seen They Live, another John Carpenter movie. They Live. They would fucking hella ruin that stuff quick, boy. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Thumb looks kind of... Actually, let's do this. Okay, now it doesn't look as weird. Actually, we could even do this. Let's actually just silhouette that thumb. Yeah. Harsh lighting though, so we gotta come back in and do like some of these. Something like that. weird hands, but he only has 3 fingers. His head looks huge here too, but the camera is kind of in a weird spot.
More like
Good diet, yeah, everything. Every writer is approaching so many movies today with like this post-ironic sense of humor, and I am so over it. And they say where they're like a little bit more metatextually aware of situational comedy, and they say, well, that just it's just, or it, yeah, I just got really, really tired of it. Great dialogues are non-existent. Guy Ritchie, dang, I haven't seen a Guy Ritchie movie in a minute. He's kind of like took a little bit of a break, I think, Guy Ritchie. He came out with that really, really weird King Arthur movie a long time ago, and I remember that one was just kind of like, I don't know, it was a little weird for a Guy Ritchie. The Gentleman? Gentleman. Sounds kind of familiar, but no. The Gentleman, huh? I have to look that one up. I'm glad he's still doing movies. I think we still need people like Guy Ritchie. And then that one that was really popular a little while ago, a few years ago, was Baby Driver, and that was like a Guy Ritchie style movie, and everyone really, really liked that. Not quite Guy Ritchie, but Guy Ritchie at Home. Yeah, he took a break too, didn't he? Shane Black? I think when he's working on the right thing, he can be really great. Where's the music? Yeah, that guy just needs to make sure he's working on the right project. Shane Black. Let's get the turtle shell in there real quick. recently aren't that great. What was the last one he did? I know Hateful Eight was a while ago. Oh, it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah. I loved that movie. I thought it was great. M. Night Shyamalan. He just did Trap. I think he just did Trap, if I'm not mistaken. Which people seem to like. His career has been just like this roller coaster of up and downs. Yeah. Trap. And I did speak with someone who did watch the movie, and they said it was a good movie. Good movie. M. Night Shyamalan just went from like mid to stratospheric director, like spoken about in the same sentence as a Spielberg, and then he just cratered, and now he's back on his way up again. It's great, but then he needs to. Oh, that it ruined the movie, darn. That sucks. I didn't know he was actually in it. He actually acted in the movie. Hey, Retro, what up? What up? Yeah, it's Turtle Tuesday. From one retro to another. I see you. Yeah, we're talking movies again. We're just talking movies again. Talking about directors. We're talking about 80s movies that we don't want to see remade, apparently. Yeah, I got you, Groovy. Yeah, which one of us is evil retro with the goatee? The goatee. Well, it's good to have you in here, Retro. Outro, are you doing a little bit more? It seems like every time you're in here, you're doing laundry. I think it's probably got to be Retro 2114. I think he actually has a goatee. So he has to be the evil Retro, right? Oh yeah, we were gonna do one of these. Oh, the Looney Tunes. I have not. Was it any good? Hot. What do you mean, Groovy? Dang, we've already been going for 2 3/4 hours. Dang. Thank you for showing up, even though you got even more laundry to do. Thank you for showing up. Oh, yeah. Groovy, like, it has been so long since I saw Community, but I do know what you're talking about. I had a friend that was really into that show, and So I through them was able to watch a lot of it. Dang. Hit me with a Community reference. This almost looks like it needs to get a little bit more feathered. An animated movie? Dang. Like a 2D animated movie? In the theaters? Yeah, I don't think I can remember the last time I saw something like that. Oh wait. No, it was an anime movie. If you count that stuff. So I actually did like the Y2K Duck Dodgers. Is that what the movie is? It's like a return to form with Duck Dodgers? Is that what it is? I really don't know much about the movie. That was probably a while ago, huh, Groovy? Unless it was like a special return to theater type of thing they were doing. No, Retro, I lived through all of that. I know what you're talking about. It was a minute ago, huh, Groovy? Ghibli representation. I mean, does Bugs need to be in every Looney Tunes adventure? Does he need to be in every single one? I mean, Daffy is good enough to have his own show and movie. Advertisement.
Don't worry.
Porky's supposed to be like in a lot of the Daffy Porky stuff, he's like kind of the straight man, and Daffy's just acting like the fool like he always does. Animaniacs, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Texture this out just a little bit because it's a shell. I mean, that's a 2D animated movie, that counts. Retro Outro, and that's actually the same one I went to go see as well. I thought it was lots of fun. We are drawing the one that wields something that looks like that. Yeah, this one's a Mikey, so if we zoom out, I'll show you. Down here, I don't know how well you can see that. Okay, so down here you got, he's holding it kind of downwards like that, and that nunchuck will be like hanging down. You got the leg. And I was thinking about right over here. Let's see, where's my pencil? Thinking about right over here, we can have maybe a pizza box, an open pizza box. I'm not sure yet. I feel like right here. Right here. We'll see. Like he's kind of standing over the pizza box. And part of my criteria when I started this was like, don't make Mikey look like super happy or super goofy, because he always, as the turtle, gets stuck looking, I don't want to say innocuous, but kind of the happiest of the bunch. I want to put a little bit of attitude in him. So I think I still have a little bit of it. Legends of the Turtles, but I haven't tried drawing them since I was a little kid. There's no better time like the present retro. I mean, I'm not like a turtle maniac, but I've been kind of going through like a turtle kick lately, so I definitely want to try practice drawing these guys. I love the turtles. Definitely not the most devoted turtle fan, but I love them. I love their comic history. I love the way they look. I love their attitude. There's plenty to love about the turtles. And I feel like it almost changes depending on generation, what there is to admire about them, but that's just me. The SNES games. Ooh, Turtles in Time. Nice. That's a good, you are lucky to have that one available. I had the Nintendo Ninja Turtle game, that like very punishing, very harsh game. That's the one I had when I was a kid. I'm not a super fan, but every 5 years or so I check in on them again. I saw the Turtle movie in theaters, very visually cool. You're talking about Mutant Mayhem. It definitely won for the youngins, but it was following the same kind of animation craze that got kicked off with Into the Spider-Verse. So it looked awesome. I loved the way it looked. Some of the things in there was kind of weird. Even a little ugly, but kind of a good ugly in a way, if you know what I mean. Hey, you're good, Groovy. Like, I did play, I don't know if it was Turtles in Time or like there was two beat 'em ups, I think. And I did get to play one as a kid through a friend. And I think it was Turtles in Time, because I remember there being like a pirate ship or something. You like the suits. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I want to see more rubber suits and animatronics. Back when animatronics were kind of taken off, you know. See, like the sad thing is like with animatronics, everyone just bags on it. It seems like no one has any appreciation for it now these days, unless you were actually there enjoying it, because we have CGI to just magically replace all that. Animatronics is basically dead now. Like there's still like a little bit here and there, don't get me wrong, but now it's like very, very almost attractive if you're just making fun of like, oh my god, look at how this looked back in the 80s, you know? It's like just totally just trashing on it, trashing on it. That's kind of cute, Retro. Tell me about actual Charles E. Cheese. I think so. There's a no female geese around. Nah, you're good, you're good. I love the imagery that brings to mind. Like all the little girls are just crushing on Shredder. That's so nasty. It's so nasty. I can fix him. But Daddy, I love him. Trapper Keeper, dang, I haven't. Yeah, I don't think I heard about Trapper Keeper in a minute. The good old Trapper Keeper. I mean, Shredder could not have been your Cartoon Crush. There's so many, like, better ones. Cartoon Crushes. Kind of a long advertisement. Give me 1 second. You decked it out. You like put like little sequins on it and everything, huh? Okay, I'm gonna get a reference for this little like medal on his belt real quick. Just because, like, I know it's just gonna be an M, but let's make sure we're doing it right. Kind of seems like the popular way to do the turtles is just regular belt, but I want the medal on his belt. I want that. Okay, pretty simple. Okay. All right, I got it. In all its trapper keeping glory. Yeah, I'm that same way too. The last time, if you'll permit me, because I just blab so much, if you let me just speak about that, the last time I was at an art store, I did get this guy. It's small. He called it the pocket-sized troublemaker, which is the smaller version of this guy right over here. And if you're doing comic art, always good to have one big guy, but this is the smaller one, so I was like, ooh, I gotta get that. So I got that. I got this. Purple airbrush paint. I don't have a purple. It's one of the one colors I don't have. And I've also been buying a lot of these. A lot of these. You have all of this stuff already? What else did I get? I got... Oh yeah, I got these. This is the Pentel 3.0 chisel. And this is a 3.5 Uchida Marvi chisel. Non-waterproof. But see, here's the thing, like, I actually needed these. So I have a 3 and it's not very good. I wanted to try a couple different ones, so that's why I got them. It's good. It's good. It's waterproof, so you can put like markers over it and everything. It goes through paper pretty menacingly, so just make sure you're aware of that. The Pentels, yeah, they're nice. I don't get a whole lot of them, but they are pretty nice. And isn't this a Pentel? I guess not. This one's a Uni. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of Pentels, but and then like I was in a kind of a Japanese Dollar Tree, and the thing about those places is that they sell lots of art supplies. So when I was over there, I got some really nice 4B pencils. So you go through 4B pretty easy because they're so soft. This is I guess it's by Hit. And I think I have heard of this pencil company before, but it's like, ooh, I'll just buy these pencils. And it's like $1.50 for like 4 of them. I was like, why not? Why not? Hold on, music is a little loud. Okay, there we go. I know it's getting a little loud. Hold on. The acrylic set? The acrylic? Like acrylic paint? FK, cat's mad at me. Hey, you're good, Retro. Thank you for showing up. Always appreciated. You did something the cat did not like. How very like a cat? Bizarro Retro, yeah. Let's go over here. No, you're not the evil twin. Okay. Let's just put this on for a second while I grab some chips.
Which basically means this show had a very similar tone and style to the Power Rangers franchise. In fact, there was even in this universe, Venus was originally a human turned into a mutant frog by a mutagen bomb, and was now a member of the Punk Frogs. She was one day captured by a man named Dr. Barlow, who performed experiments on her, eventually turning her into a Frankenstein-like turtle. She'd eventually be rescued by Donatello and Clyde, a member of the Punk Frogs, where she would then live with the mutant Bludgeon for a while, and eventually the two would create their own ninja clan. Oh, and she's also not actually
Okay, I'm still here, don't
named
worry.
Venus this time around. Her actual name is Bonnie. She's only referred to as Venus because she was part of Barlow's Venus Project. Anyways, this new version of the character has actually been received quite positively. Hopefully now, Venus can be a proper recurring character in the franchise. Daredevil. While there's never been an official crossover between Daredevil and the TMNT, the two franchises are actually connected. You see, in the very first issue of TMNT, Splinter witnesses a child saving a blind man from being run over by a truck. A vial of mutagen then flies out of the truck and smashes into the kid's head, right next to his eyes. And then the vial of mutagen goes on to smash into a fishbowl containing the turtles. The turtles and the vial of mutagen then fall into the sewer, and thus the TMNT were created. While never referred to by name, the kid who saved the old man was actually intended to be Matt Murdock, Daredevil. Now, was this done to imply that Daredevil was going to show up later in the comics? Well, no. This little reference to Daredevil's origin story was done because the original TMNT comic was very much a parody of comics around that time. This isn't even the only Daredevil parody. The Foot Clan is actually a parody of The Hand, one of Daredevil's main antagonists. Splinter himself is also a parody of Daredevil's mentor, Stick. So while the two franchises have never crossed over, unless you want to count Fortnite, Daredevil is still very important to the TMNT franchise. Power Rangers. I already briefly mentioned the crossover episodes between Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation and Power Rangers in Space, but those special episodes wouldn't be the last time the Heroes in a Half Shell teamed up with a bunch of teenagers with attitude. In 2015, because both TMNT and Power Rangers were airing on Nickelodeon, a crossover fighting game made in Flash was released on Nick.com. Called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vs. Power Rangers Ultimate Hero Clash, the game was a crossover between the 2012 TMNT series and multiple different Power Ranger series. The original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megaforce, Power Rangers in Space, and Power Rangers Dino Chargers. The game was pretty popular, and so in 2017, a sequel was created where the 2012 TMNT characters would face off against Power Rangers Ninja Steel. And only Ninja Steel for some reason. The next crossover between the two franchises would be in 2019, where from December of 2019 to June of 2020, the TMNT would fight and later team up with the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the IDW crossover miniseries Mighty Morphin Power Rangers / Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Written by Ryan Parrott, the miniseries sees the Green Ranger, Tommy Oliver, joining up with the Foot Clan in order to save his childhood friend, Tyler. But Tyler's a bit of a dick and betrayed Tommy, resulting in Shredder stealing his Ranger morpher and becoming the Green Ranger. Also, the Rangers get their connections to the morphing grid severed, so the TMNT and April have to turn into Power Rangers in order to take on Shredder. The crossover was pretty popular, and resulted in a sequel releasing from December of 2022 to May of 2023. This crossover sees more TMNT and Power Rangers villains entering the scene. There's also some character changes, like April becoming the Yellow Ranger, and the Power Rangers undergoing a pretty wild transformation. But I won't spoil much more than that, because this series wrapped up earlier this year, so if you're interested, go check it out. Food tie-ins. Because the Ninja Turtles are obsessed with pizza, there's been a ton of tie-ins with fast food pizza places like Pizza Hut. Seriously, there is a ton of TMNT and Pizza Hut collabs. But it's not just pizza. The TMNT have had a crazy amount of food promotions over the years. From cereal, ice cream, cookies, pork rinds, Chef Boyardee, Jell-O, candy, Hostess pies, to even hot dogs. TMNT might actually be the franchise with the most food tie-ins, minus like Star Wars, Marvel, or DC. Fortnite. I briefly made a joke about it earlier, but yeah. In December of 2023, the 4 Ninja Turtles, along with April O'Neil, were added into Fortnite. And if I had to guess, Shredder, Bebop, and Rocksteady will probably come out at some point down the line. Instead of the Turtles and April being based on an existing TMNT comic, cartoon, or film, they're all original designs. But yeah, now you can have Michelangelo do the Dougie with Solid Snake, Michael Myers, Alan Wake, Lewis Hamilton, Omni-Man, Son Gohan, the Batman Who Laughs, Shoto Todoroki, Sakura Haruno, and Peter Griffin.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will return after these messages. They live in the dark. Radical, dude! And they only come out when it's time to eat. New Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pasta from Chef Boyardee. Delicious pasta shaped like Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo. Turtle power!
Kids, I told you can only have your turtles in the kitchen.
New Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Are you missing out on this health benefit that might be zero cost to you? Find out if you're eligible for affordable care with Teladoc Health today by following these easy steps.
This is Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises, built to meet any brief.
Pasta. Why, thank goodness for Chef Boyardee. We now return to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Smash Up. So Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, April, Rocksteady, and Shredder all appear in the Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl games. Although, for some reason, the Turtles got split up between the two games for some stupid reason. Luckily, Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl isn't the only Smash Bros. Clone the Turtles appear in. If you want to play as all 4 Turtles, Shredder, and April in a Smash Bros. Clone, all you gotta do is play the game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Smash Up. Sorry, Rocksteady, you didn't make the cut. Released in September of 2009 for the Nintendo Wii and the PlayStation 2, Smash Up is basically a TMNT Smash Bros. Game. While on the PS2, the Wii version is the definitive version of the game, having 16 playable characters. There's the 4 Turtles, Shredder, April, Karai, Splinter, Casey Jones, Fugitoid, the Ninja Rabbid, the Splinter Rabbid, and the Raving Rabbid. All your favorite TMNT characters. Yeah, because the game was published by Ubisoft, 3 different Rabbid variations appear as guest characters. Another weird thing about the game is that it has a bit of an identity problem. You see, the game uses designs from both the 2003 cartoon and TMNT 2007, though it also has the 2003 cartoon's voice cast. So it's both a TMNT 2003 game and a TMNT 2007 game. As for the gameplay, it plays like your standard Smash Bros. Clone. It also has a story mode. Well, kinda. Co-written by Peter Laird, the story is pretty simple. The TMNT host a tournament, and after that's done, Shredder, Karai, and the Foot Clan start causing some chaos by kidnapping Fugitoid so they can have it build them a teleporter. The Turtles spring into action and beat up the bad guys. It's a pretty simple little story that they didn't really need to make. But
Alright,
they
Retro,
did,
thank
so
you for showing
props.
up. I see you said
Overall,
goodnight over
Smash
there.
Up
I'm just...
may be a Smash
I
clone
just had to
forgotten
go
to
and
time
munch
by
on
the
a
general
little bit of
public,
food for just a
but it's a pretty
second.
fun
A little bit
game.
of a food break,
Not
a little bit of a
amazing
leg
or
stretching
anything
break,
like that,
but
but
thank you for
probably
showing
one
up.
of the
and
better Smash
you'll see me
clones.
here again real soon.
Baxter Stockman in the 2014 film.
Hope everything went well with the meeting.
Leonardo and Shredder weren't the only characters who were recasted between the 2014 film and Out of the Shadows. So was Baxter Stockman. Although, you'd be forgiven for not knowing that Baxter Stockman was even in the 2014 film. And that's because nearly every single scene with him was cut. The only scene to include him in the final cut is this. Played by K. Todd Freeman, Baxter Stockman was originally going to have a bigger role in the film. Though because Freeman couldn't make it to the film's reshoots, pretty much all of his scenes were removed, though luckily he was still credited in the film. TMNT 3. While most fans know that a sequel to TMNT 2007 was cancelled, fewer fans know that TMNT 2007 was supposed to be the beginning of an entire trilogy. There's not a ton known about this cancelled third TMNT film. In fact, the only things we know about it is that the Triceratons, the Technodrome, and Dimension X would have all been introduced. And somehow, Donatello would have been responsible for all of this happening. Besides that, nothing is known about this film. Breaking Bad. In issue 27 of IDW's TMNT comic, released in October of 2013, both Walter White and Jesse Pinkman from the Breaking Bad franchise appear in a crowd shot when Shredder is giving a speech. Walter White even appears in another panel. There's not really much else for me to say here. Turtles in Time, Reshelled. Released in August of 2009 for the Xbox 360 and in September of 2009 for the PS3, Turtles in Time Reshelled is a remake of the original Turtles in Time video game. For those that don't know, Turtles in Time is often regarded as the best TMNT game ever made. Well, at least until Shredder's Revenge came out. Apparently that game's amazing. Anyways, because it was a remake of a very popular game, the game had some pretty big expectations to live up to. And it failed to live up to literally any of them. Yeah, the game wasn't very well received, with critics and players stating that the game just didn't really have any replay value. And while the ability to play online was pretty cool, you couldn't join a game that was already in progress. Also, the game's visuals received some criticism. Some liked the new style, while others thought it looked really cheap. Also, the game didn't remake any of the SNES original levels. Overall, it was kind of a failure. Maybe it would receive some kind of cult following nowadays, but it was never given the chance, as in June 2011, less than 2 years after its release, the game was delisted from online stores. And since the game didn't receive any physical copies, it's now pretty much impossible to play this game unless you bought it before it was taken off of online stores. Mona Lisa the Turtle. Mona Lisa is well known as a human-turned-mutant salamander. However, she wasn't originally going to be a salamander. Instead, she was going to be the first ever female mutant turtle. So why didn't this happen? Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman. You see, neither of them liked the idea of Mona Lisa being a female turtle, with Peter Laird even saying in the letter pages of issue 18 of their TMNT comic, quote, "What many people do not know was that she was originally supposed to be a female mutant turtle. But Kevin and I put our foot down. This was back when we both agreed that a female turtle was a lame, stupid, creatively bankrupt idea. And they changed her to some kind of lizard. Though they must have vetoed this idea very late into the character's creation, because remnants of Mona Lisa's turtle origins still remain in her character design, as Mona Lisa's head and feet are both extremely similar to the TMNT's heads and feet. Original casting. Sadly, I wasn't able to find much information on actors who were considered for roles in the TMNT films, or actors who auditioned for the TMNT films. I was only able to find information on 4 characters, 1 from the original trilogy, and 3 from the Michael Bay produced films. For the original April O'Neil, Nicole Kidman, Sean Young, Jennifer Beals, Melina Griffin, Brooke Shields, Sandra
I am muted. Thank you, Donuts. Good thing I wasn't talking too much. Yeah, you did. It was a good time. They seem to both be doing pretty good. Retro Outro was talking about she was romanticizing the old Trapper Keeper days and having a perfect Trapper Keeper now. Kind of funny. Yeah. Yeah, the whole binder is, she says she has all the papers and the hole punch and everything. It's pretty cool. It's funny too, because Groovy was like, "Are you a girl?" It was funny. It was like right there in chat. Yeah, it is kind of cool. A little cool. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I get him in here sometimes. You know. He was just surprised because she talks about like kind of like more nerd culture type things, so he was surprised by that. I don't know, do I want to do that? Apparently they do. Yeah, I didn't know that. Putty or Play-Doh. Some things are eternal. Oh, eyes are getting a little tired. Thanks, donuts. I'm getting slow, I can tell. It looks okay, I'm just slowing down. Right when I need to most. Well, it looks like there's that person's also doing an OC night. That's cool. Looks like there's some people doing some good art. I just don't have anything left in the tank right now. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I need something. Yeah, I'm just... Here, let me get out of the way so that I can see what it looks like on camera better. It looks okay. You think so, Donuts? Thank you. Yeah, it's just something to do while I'm not working on a project, just something fun to do. But I think that's probably enough for today, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I'd love to raid someone, but I don't think I kind of hate to, where am I? Kind of hate to do like a raid and dash. It looks like there's some people doing some art stuff, but I'll just call it. It kind of seems like everyone just kind of quieted down. Which, it happens, that's okay. It doesn't mean we can't get some art done. We can come back to this sometime soon. I might even work on it a little bit off stream, but yeah, maybe some food or something, rest my eyes for a second. But yeah, anyway, I'll just go ahead and sign off. Donuts, thank you for modding, and both Retros, thank you for showing up. Groovy, thank you for showing up. Crixus, Basil, I hope everyone's still, hanging in there in some capacity. It was fun. It was fun. It was good coming back. Hopefully I can keep the streak going, so we'll see how long that lasts. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy and happy. I love you all. We'll see you on the next one, okay? Maybe I should get a ending soon screen. I should do that, huh? See you on the next one, people.